Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Faith. Thank you so much for being here. Today I did a glam pink Valentine's Day makeup look for you guys. I hope you guys like how it turned out. I'm really a big fan of it. It was really easy to achieve. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette to do the eyes and a bunch of other really nice face products and makeup products that I've been loving lately. So I hope that you guys like it. If as you watch you like what you see and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love it if you would consider doing so. All you have to do is hit the red subscribe button. Also, make sure you let me know down in the comments what you're doing for Valentine's Day. I don't know what Nick and I are doing. It's our last Valentine's Day, just him and I, because I'm pregnant right now, so that's kind of weird. But let me know what you guys are doing and if you'll be going out or staying in or what you normally do for Valentine's Day. But yeah, let's get right on into the tutorial. I already did my brows, just in case you were wondering. I use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer and the Lime Crime Bushy Brow Brow Pen in the fronts of my brows. I do have a full brow routine on my channel, so if you wanna check that out you can, but I figured I would skip that step in this tutorial so that I can spend time on other things, because this is more of a glam makeup look, so I don't want it to be like 25 minutes long. I'm going to start with skin, and my favorite primer to use at the moment is the MAC Strobe Cream in Gold Light. It gives your skin such a beautiful radiance and dew. I use about that much. I really want our skin to look super luminous and radiant, so this is a good primer to use for that. And then for foundation, I'm using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is a new discovery of mine. I know it's been around for like maybe a year or two or something like that, but it's really, really good. I'm using the shade M2.5 Sahil. My fake tan is kind of faded, and this is my fake tan shade, so we will see if this is too dark. If it is, we can always fix it with some extra light concealer. It'll be fine, but I really love this foundation. It's the perfect amount of radiance while still lasting a super long time, not slip sliding around. I'm just using my beauty blender to blend this all in, and that does look like a pretty good match. The only thing I hate about doing my brows before the rest of my makeup is it's so hard to get your foundation right around it. For concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. This is a very light shade for me when I have a fake tan, but I like that for glam looks because it really adds dimension and a brightening effect underneath the eye. So I just apply this right here under the eyes and like kind of in this area here, and then a little on the chin, a little bit on the nose, and then on the forehead. I also do around the nose just a little bit, and then up on the corners of the lip. It just lifts up your face a little bit, and then I blend that all out again with my beauty blender. I always blend out the areas that I don't need as much coverage first, because the longer you leave your concealer on your skin without blending it, the thicker it gets. So I typically blend out this area last because I want the most intense coverage there. And I do take any excess concealer and bring that over my lids. This will act as our eyeshadow base. Now, to set that in place so that it lasts all day or all night, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder underneath the eyes and in the areas we put the concealer, and then the BareMinerals Bare Pro Foundation Powder on the perimeters of my face. The Fit Me powder, I use the shade Fair for underneath the eyes, and I'm just going to do a light dusting. I'm not going to bake because I really want a radiant look, and I just don't want to look too matte and flat. And anyways, the Tarte Shape Tape really does not crease, so it's not like you really need to bake unless you're really, really oily. I also make sure to set my lids. That is the one area that I definitely crease in because I have a fold right there. So I set all that with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder, and then for the rest of my face, like I said, I'm using the BareMinerals Bare Pro foundation powder. This is in the shade Camel. This is a foundation powder, so you could just use it as your foundation without a liquid foundation underneath, but I like to use it to set over top of my liquid foundation because it adds a little bit more coverage, and it's a really nice powder that never looks dry or crackly or powdery on me. Because it is a powder foundation, I think that's why, and BareMinerals products are typically really nice and natural looking, so I just love to use this to set the rest of my face. It makes my foundation last so much longer, and like I said, it gives a little bit more coverage, which is super nice. Next, I'm going to move into contour, so I'm going to use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and this brush right here from Delium. This is the 966 Duo Fiber Face Shading Brush. I like this for contour because it is a little bit more on the neutral to cool toned side of things, but it's not too cool toned. So whenever I have a little bit of a fake tan, some traditional contours can be almost too gray. This is like the perfect balance. So I just dust that here under my cheekbones. And then I am going to take a little bit down the sides of my nose. So I have just a small pencil brush. This is from Delium as well. I'm just going to very lightly go down the sides here to slim out the nose. I do take it like right here as well to shorten it. And I do take it all the way up into like this eye area, like almost into the crease. I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit with the brush I used to set my face. And then I'm going to bronze. I love the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. You guys know that. It's just such a nice warm shade, and it does have a little bit of a radiance to it. It's not shimmery by any means, but it's kind of just like somewhat glowy. And it especially works when you have a fake tan because it is more of like an orangey terracotta shade. So it works for really warm skin tones or if you have a fake tan. I also take a little bit of that down the nose and down the neck. So for eyes and lips, I'm going to be doing more of a pinky mauve look. So for blush to match that, I have this from Sigma. It is their Core de Rosa Aura Powder Face Powder. It's just a nice dusty rose sort of pink, and it's going to go well with the rest of the look that we do. So I will use my Real Techniques blush brush to apply. I do take a little over the nose and just create a nice flushed, healthy, fresh look. I'm going to zoom you guys in right now because we're going to work on the eyes. So for today, I am using the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I am obsessed with this. It's so beautiful, and there's some really pretty pink mauve-y shades. So that is what we're going to focus on today. Just to start in the crease though, I'm going to go in with Dusty Rose. This is like the lightest pink shade in here that's a matte. I'm going to go in my crease with that shade and just a big fluffy brush. The mattes in this palette are so pigmented but still so blendable. Really, really easy to achieve this sort of eye look. It's not going to be too complicated at all. You could definitely do this. I'm just really sweeping in this color, being pretty messy with it. The only thing I'm making sure to do is to leave a good amount of brow bone because I want to add a highlight there, and if you have like any sort of dark color on there, it just isn't going to look right. And then start blending and sweeping out just to create a lifted effect. I'm going to take this brush from MOTD. This is a new brush collection from MOTD. I think you just say the letters MOTD, not Moted. I'm not really sure. But this is the Masterpiece Crease Brush, so it's really nice and tapered, and it's gonna help you get right in the crease. I'm gonna use Cypress Umber in the crease. It's like a warm brown, and just pop that right in the outer edge here of the crease to give us a little depth. And then make sure to blend and carry that through. I'm going to go in with another brush from MOTD. This is their Seamless Sheer Blend brush. It's just a really fluffy brush. So it's gonna deposit a very light amount of product, which is good for what I'm doing right now because I'm just gonna go back into Dusty Rose and lightly go over what we just did with the darker shade to blend everything together. I'm then going to go back into this smaller crease brush, go into Dusty Rose, and I'm sure there's still a little bit of that Cypress Umber on there. That's okay, because I'm just going to run that under the lash line to give us some definition. I'm going all the way down to like where those creases in my eyes, where you'd get like an eye bag. I'm going all the way down. It just looks really nice and sultry. Now for the lid, I'm going to go in with these two shades here. So this one is Rose Pink. I'm going to go in with that one more towards the inner corner, and then Sultry on the outer portion of my lid. So first I'm going to go with Rose Pink. I'm just going to put that on my finger and then press onto my lid here. So pretty. The one nice thing about not having acrylics anymore is I can do this without poking myself. I'm also going to take a little bit of that Rose Pink on a brush and put that right down here on the lower lash line. I think that looks really pretty, kind of like a mirror. Then I will take Sultry, this one right here. Looks like that is just a little bit deeper. I'm going to go right here and kind of blend those two together in the center. I'm going to go back in with this big fluffy brush and just blend the edges here. And I did have some fallout, so I'm just going to dust that away. Didn't mess anything up, so that's good. For the inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to use this shade Glistening. This is the Sultry Smudge brush from MOTD. I love using new brushes. It's always so fun. And then I never clean my dirty ones. Just keep using new ones. That's a little more yellow than I'd like, so I'm going to go over that with Tempera. This is a more of a matte shade. It has a slight sheen. It's more of a cool toned light shade, so I'm going to go over with that. Yeah, I like that better. It's just a little brighter. Now for today's look, I am going to use false lashes, so I want to be able to conceal the lash band somehow. So what I'm going to do is go in with this black shade in the palette. It's called Noir, and I'm going to use an angled brush like this and basically just do some eyeliner, but with shadow. It's going to look a lot more natural and sultry than an actual liquid liner would. It'll just give us a softer, more sultry look. I'm only going to go about 2/3 of the way, so look right about to there. Actually, I am going to take it a little bit further in, making sure to be really tight to the lash line. I don't want it thick once we get to the inner corner there. Now I'm going to go in with mascara. I'm using the one from Glossier. This is their Lash Slick. I talk about this all the time. It's my favorite mascara to use when applying false lashes or just on a daily basis if you want a natural look. But what's really nice about it is it separates out each individual lash without thickening it really at all. So you're not going to get a clumpy look. And it's super nice for your lower lash line for that same reason, because you don't really want clumpy, thick lower lashes. And sometimes it can be really hard to apply a regular mascara to your lower lash line because it tends to do that. It can tend to clump up. So I just will apply a light coat of this to top and bottom. And after I do that, I'm going to go in with these lashes from Ditamora Cosmetics. These are Faux Mink, and the style is D1 on these. So I'm just going to apply those, and we'll finish off the rest of the look. Next, I'm going to do lips, and I'm using the MAC Spice Lip Pencil and a liquid lipstick from BareMinerals. This is the Gen Nude Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Infamous. I love that lip combo. I think it's so pretty and pink, but it's not like in your face pink. It's still natural. I love it. So next I'm going to spritz my face with some setting spray, and then we'll finish off with highlight. For setting spray, I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love this because it's an aerosol can and it never splotches spray on my face and messes up my makeup. I wish more brands would do it like this. This is definitely the way to go. So I'm just going to liberally apply this to my face, and then we'll jump into highlight. For highlight today, I have a new one from Becca. This is a limited edition highlight. It's called Lunar New Year, and it has a little pig imprinted in it. I don't know if you can see it, but this year is the year of the pig, I guess. So they created a highlighter. It's, again, just their traditional shimmering skin perfector pressed powder type of highlight, and it's the shade Lunar New Year. It has a definite pink, cool toned sort of vibe to it, so that's why I chose it, and I wanted to show it to you guys because I have been using it a lot and really liking it. So I'm going to use kind of a dense brush. I really want to create an intense highlight right on the tip of the cheekbone. This is actually the Soft Blend Concealer brush from Sigma, but I like it for highlight. It picks up a lot of highlight. So I'm just going to apply this right here on the cheekbone. How pretty. I love that soft, subtle pink reflect it has, but it's not too pink. And how pretty is the limited edition packaging. It's like gold. So pretty. I also want to take some right on the tip of the nose. And I've been liking to take some right here lately. I know a lot of people do that. I just hadn't, and I started to, and now I really like it. Some right here in the Cupid's bow. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'm just gonna lightly dust in the center of my face and on my cheek. So that is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what else you'd like to see from me. Let me know what you're doing for Valentine's Day. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next one, hopefully. Bye!